Bitcoin is currently still holding one of the most important levels of support in this entire consolidation phase, and also we are creating a massive new Bitcoin bullish divergence here on the 4-hourly time frame, while in fact we're also creating a massive divergence with the stock market, because the stock market is about to be hitting a new all-time high, and Bitcoin, its price action is still getting compressed down. And the last time we saw this happening, Bitcoin actually saw a big squeeze back towards the upside. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about this massive divergence on Bitcoin currently playing out. I will talk about the Bitcoin spot ETF, the most important support resistance data right now in the market, and some many more important charts that are telling us something about what currently is happening in the bigger perspective right now for Bitcoin. So without any further ado, guys, don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So currently what we can see on the Bitcoin price action is that still we are clearly getting compressed, and if we're just looking at any consolidation phase, I've been pointing out the green box of support for Bitcoin to be the most important level of support in this entire consolidation phase, and the red box of resistance on the top side, the most important resistance to be breaking above of right now. And you can clearly see on the lower side, while we yesterday came down, we exactly bounced from off that green box again, and while we were bouncing from off that exact green box here, we also created a lower low on the 4-hourly time frame, while in fact the RSI was printing a higher low, which means that currently we are creating a bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame on Bitcoin. And usually after we create such kind of a bullish divergence and confirmed already with a slight little bounce back towards the upside, we tend to see bigger recoveries in the market. And if we're actually looking at the 1-hour time frame, we can see something very similar playing out, with of course a lower low getting created and a higher low on the RSI, which is meaning currently we are creating a massive Bitcoin bullish divergence. While this all is happening, we're actually also creating a massive divergence with the stock market, because if I'm going to be overlaying the Bitcoin price right now, you can see that the stock market has actually formed new highs while Bitcoin is actually still coming down here. And I mean, the last time we have seen this was approximately over here, Bitcoin going down and the stock market going up. And basically after that, Bitcoin actually recovered in a very quick pace here. Like you can see, Bitcoin of course basically found the bottom right there, and then it actually outpaced the classic stock market. What is it, like 10 days after? Well, the stock market was still going sideways and actually was going down ever so slightly. Bitcoin still managed to hit new highs here. So we're currently once again seeing such big of a divergence, and just like last time, most likely Bitcoin is probably going to be picking up the pace again here, and then eventually going to be overtaking the stock market performance again here. So this is usually what happens, and actually due to the fact that the stock market is currently hitting almost new all-time highs, like we can currently see, if we're going to be comparing it towards the previous high in the market, we're only like 0.4% away. It's even less here because it didn't catch the exact high. We're currently only 0.28% away from hitting a new all-time high on the stock market, and most likely this is going to be also something bullish for Bitcoin. I mean, what is still actually bearish is that yesterday we had another massive day in terms of outflows from the spot Bitcoin ETF. I mean, $175 million is quite a big negative day here. I'm not quite sure here, but there is a lot of selling going on from the spot Bitcoin ETF, and this is really also maybe one of the reasons why the price action is getting suppressed ever so slightly. Maybe the trend is going to be different for today, but clearly this is something that we need to be taking very close attention towards, because yeah, in the last 4 days we've seen already over $350 million worth of Bitcoin getting sold off here. So at the same time, I believe that if we're just looking at Bitcoin and if we're going to be creating any moves right here, guys, I believe still that we're most likely going to be holding the green box here. And if we do break below this very important green box right here on the market, I believe the first target we're going to be moving down towards is going to be $56,000, which is going to be my first level where I will be interested in opening up a new trade on Bitcoin. But if I am going to be really realistic, I believe that if Bitcoin breaks the green box, we could come down all the way to fill up this gap here on the lower side, sitting around $50,000, which is also ultimately going to be my target where I want to be opening up massive long trades here. I'm not saying it's going to be happening, but if this does happen, I'm going to be definitely one of the buyers in the market and definitely not going to be sitting on the sidelines. So yeah, Bitcoin currently is still creating a massive downward sloping trend here. Like you can clearly see, we're creating lower highs after lower highs, and basically the moment where Bitcoin Bitcoin is going to be flipping this trend here, so basically confirm a breakup of the previous high, that is the moment where I will be expecting, of course, that next big run up towards new all-time highs really is going to be taking place here. But currently still, we're creating a lower high structure, and this is ultimately going to be very bearish for the Bitcoin price action right now here, and it's still suppressing the price at the moment of speaking. So important data, important to be paying attention towards, but at the same time, the funding rates remain to be negative, which means the market is getting suppressed by loads of short positions right now here, which is also one of the reasons why I'm actually still quite bullish on the market, because usually whenever funding rates are negative, it is actually a bullish sign in the market because the majority of the traders are actually trading short. And still, if we're looking at the liquidity heat map, guys, the majority of the liquidity in the market currently is just clearly laying above us, so I wouldn't necessarily be all too worried for Bitcoin to be coming down much lower, because eventually we're going to be going to $70,000 to take out more than $10 billion worth of Bitcoin short liquidations, which is exactly laying around that range right there. So that is my expectation right now here. And of course, guys, if you want to be trading any of these moves here, or if you want to be trading any breakdown that could potentially come, or any push towards the upside, or any divergence on the stock market, guys, don't forget to check out Bybit in the link description of today's video, because if you right now sign up an account using this link above my face right now, guys, you will come to this page and you can literally claim a free $500 airdrop position for signing an account up to Bybit, completing KYC. So yeah, if you're interested in this, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video. It's extremely valuable, and yeah, if you really want to get on with trading, I would highly recommend for everyone to check out this free $500 airdrop position. And especially if the bull market is going to be returning, guys, I believe there are going to be many good altcoin trades coming up here, which I will most certainly also take here on the channel. So make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, because there are going to be so many more trades coming. But of course, like you know, if you've been following the channel for a while, I'm a low risk tolerant trader, and I only trade like 4 to 5 times a year. But if I do trade, I make like 4, 5, 600, 700k in profit. So yeah, we're just waiting to see whenever I'm going to be opening my next trade here. That my next trade for sure is going to be the breakout of this region. So I am looking to spot whenever the breakout is going to be happening. But in my very realistic prediction I made yesterday and the days before, I believe that still, if we're going to be looking at the history, we have probably another 50 days at max before this breakout is going to be taking place here. So we have enough time to still open up a new trade here. And of course, like I said many times before, if we do come down back towards this region right here, I am ultimately going to be one of the bigger buyers here in the market this time around. So yeah, I truly hope Bitcoin is going to come down, because that ultimately will allow us to open up a bigger trading position. And I will closely monitoring this level right here, because as Bitcoin is still bouncing between the highs and the lows of this consolidation phase right here, we could be maybe creating a new symmetrical triangle where a big breakout is going to be taking place anytime soon here. So yeah, Bitcoin is still consolidating, and a big breakout is most likely going to be imminent. We're creating a downward sloping resistance line, an upward sloping support line, and yeah, we're just waiting to see whenever that next big breakout is going to be taking place here. So currently also creating a massive cup and handle pattern. We're creating an inverse head and shoulders pattern, whatever you want to be calling it, because you can see here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I mean, we're just creating one of the largest Bitcoin patterns ever seen in history, and we're just going to be seeing massive amounts of gains being printed. So yeah, if we're looking at the Bitcoin halving, we're just on approximately 50 days out historically before the bull market really is going to get started. So nothing all to be worrying about right now. And on the monthly time frame, we're still consolidating above the previous all-time high, and this consolidation is literally above all-time highs of the previous high on Bitcoin. So I think really this is looking quite bullish here, especially with the stock market pushing up and cooling up again towards new all-time highs. So this was it for me in today's update video. Make sure to pay attention towards the 4-hour bullish divergence we're currently creating, because this is probably telling us something about what currently is about to be happening, and also the stock market divergence, guys. You know what happened last time around, so why wouldn't it happen this time around here? So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now, stomp that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.